Okay, let's just jump right into the deep dive today. We're tackling one of those persistent headaches in broadcast and live sound, getting pristine professional audio over really, really long distances without all the noise and signal loss. And our focus is a pretty specialized solution from Thor Broadcast, specifically their F-8A-TxRx kit. So the mission here is basically to send 8 analog audio channels down a single fiber optic cable.
Right. And framing the why on this is, well, it's everything. Copper cable just hits a wall
Yeah.
physically. After a few hundred feet, your signal quality drops, and it basically acts like a huge antenna for interference.
So this isn't just a fix for distance.
No, it's a critical upgrade for signal immunity, for clarity.
Okay, let's unpack that then. How does this conversion actually work without, messing with the fidelity? We're taking raw analog audio, that whole 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz range, and turning it into light.
It's a very precise A to D to optical transition. The transmitter unit takes that analog signal and digitizes it into a fiber optic stream. What's really crucial for pro-level work is the performance there. The stream uses a 48 kilohertz sample rate, 24-bit bandwidth.
And then the receiver just flips that process.
Exactly. It regenerates that clear analog signal, and it has to be instantaneous.
Which brings us to latency. That's the killer in any live setting, right? A
No.
concert, a live broadcast, any delay is just ruinous.
It is. And the specs here are really purpose-built for real time. The latency is just 1 millisecond.
1 millisecond, that's practically nothing.
It's nothing. And you combine that with a signal-to-noise ratio better than 79 dB.
And what does that mean in practical terms?
It means that a noise floor is basically inaudible. You get that pristine quality even in total silence, which is a huge deal compared to long, noisy copper runs.
So that's where the comparison really starts to matter. How does that translate to distance? Because 20 kilometers, that usually requires some massive complex gear.
Exactly. And the capability here is stunning. The base unit gets you up to 20 kilometers on single-mode fiber.
And for older setups.
Even if you're stuck on legacy multi-mode fiber, you still get 2,000 feet.
Wow.
And they even mention long-haul options, up to 120 kilometers for extreme cases. Now, to do all that, the hardware has to be efficient. And it is. The unit itself is small, only 7 by 6.5 inches, about an inch thick, weighs 1 pound.
And the connectors.
It uses a terminal block connector for the audio. For anyone who doesn't know, that's a very robust screw-down interface for permanent installs. It handles that 600-ohm unbalanced impedance.
And speaking of robust, what about the environment? These things don't always live in a cozy server room.
Right. It operates from a harsh -20 Celsius all the way up to a sweltering +75 Celsius.
I also see it's TAA compliant. For our listener, why is that distinction important?
So TAA is the Trade Agreements Act. It basically confirms the hardware was made in the U.S. or a designated friendly country.
Ah, so that's a requirement for government and military contracts.
Yeah. Exactly. It's a marker of, operational robustness and supply chain security.
And this 8-channel kit, it's not a one-off solution, right? It scales.
It does. It's part of a whole family of models 2, 4, 16, even 32 analog channels. So if we pull back to the big picture, the core takeaway is how this kit bridges two worlds. It pairs that high-quality professional analog audio with the noise immunity and distance you only get from fiber.
All while keeping that real-time, near-instantaneous performance. So what does this all mean for you? Well, it really shows how a simple, need-reliable audio drives these highly specialized digital hardware solutions. Now, here's a final thought. The source material mentions using CWDM as an option.
Coarse wavelength division multiplexing.
Right. It lets you stack multiple signals, different colors of light, onto one single fiber. So given that this kit already supports point-to-point and even point-to-multipoint, here's the question. How might using something like CWDM maximize the utility of that one fiber line even more? How could you turn it from just an agent channel carrier into a multi-feed backbone for an entire campus or venue? Something to think about until the next dive.